fifth and final stage of the Tour de Hongrie 2026 would take the riders over a relatively short loop of 147 kilometers, with plenty of climbing along the way. And Jakob Söderqvist defending the yellow jersey into the final day of action after his victory on stage 4. Difficult weather conditions for the riders out on the coast of the shoreline, indeed, of Lake Balaton, heading by a long and circuitous route to Weesprem. And in the early stages, plenty of attacking action. Eventually a group assembling out front of 7 riders with a busy and involved efforts from those riders to gain a position, with Nicky Hazard, probably the best known rider from the Team Bahrain Victoria squad, represented out front. And while on the climbs, the early climbs, it was the local man Eric Vetter's third visit to the break from 3 stages this week, taking the top mountains points and potentially with a chance of overhauling the man in that classification jersey, Adrian Benito, with 5 classified climbs along the way. Difficult weather conditions for all the riders, and plenty of thrills and spills in evidence through the day. Best placed rider in the general classification among the 7 riders clear of the field, Gerben Kuipers, 19th overall at 2 minutes and 11 seconds. The yellow jersey on the road, Jamie Meehan as well, also looking to profit as the group worked well in the early stages. Kuipers taking the bonus seconds to try and improve his situation. And Eric Vetter continuing to keep things ticking over in the battle for the King of the Mountains. Second climb of the day claimed with another 10 points out of the total of the Hungarian rider. 2-time winner of the national time trial title. Nicky Hazard down towards the back of the group. Eric Vetter another 10 points towards his title and cruising potentially towards that final red jersey of the week. 3.5 kilometer climb, second category assault, average of 5.4% to be climbed a total of 4 times during the day. 5 different classified climbs and a grippy 2,000 meters of climbing across just 147 kilometers. And as the riders arrive down into the final 20 kilometers, a bit of crosswind action. Split in the bunch, Luke Plapp leading split, and included the overall race leader, Jakob Söderqvist, but this moment pushing him out wide off his bike. He had to chase back on, made it just in time for the final finishing sprint, with Alberto Dainese leading out on the road to Weesprem. Behind his teammate in the green jersey of leader of the points classification, Tim Merlier, waiting for his moment to pounce. Fernando Gaviria closing the gap to Merlier's teammate Dainese. And Merlier through to claim a 3rd stage victory of the week and the points title to go with it. Safely in the peloton after a big scare. Jakob Söderqvist shaking his head, mightily relieved, the overall winner of Tour de Hongrie. Söderqvist paying warm tribute to his teammates, who did a lot of the chasing, with Luke Plapp in a very dangerous group out front and threatening the overall. And into the closing moments, freewheeling across the line, Tim Merlier, king of the sprints. 33-year-old Belgian, claiming a 3rd win on his first visit to Tour of Hongrie. All smiles on the podium for the top 3. Benoît Cosnefroy and Luke Plapp joining the overall victor, Jakob Söderqvist, celebrating 47th edition of the Tour de Hongrie. Relief for Jakob Söderqvist, the first stage race title claimed in his first year as a fully fledged professional with the Lidl Trek squad. 42nd margin maintained on the last day. Luke Plapp in the final podium position. No change in the top 10 in the final day of racing action, with Söderqvist celebrating victory in Tour de Hongrie 2026.
Bye.